Hello YouTube, I'm Yasmin, I'm host for Talking Talk. Talking Talk is a platform to practice languages. So here you can practice languages Spanish, German, Italian, French, English. Today we will have a 100% conversation in another language. This is not a class, I'm not a teacher. As I said, it will be a conversation in another language. We have one topic to guide this conversation that will be uh, should social media be banned for teenagers? And the objective is practice our talking, our confidence, and maybe learn a new vocabulary. And talk a little about me. I'm Yasmin, I'm 19, I live at São Paulo. I live with my parents, I live with my cat too. For me, at my free time, I like to read books, watch series, watch movies. And for me, that's it. Lurian, could you present yourself? Good afternoon. We are just presenting ourselves now.
Yes, thank you. I was in a meeting, so I was a bit late. Sorry. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Lurian. I'm 34 years old. I live in Belo Horizonte. Now I am in São Paulo because I'm a kind of a vacation to receive some friends that they want to visit and explore Brazil. They are from France. It's the first time they are here, so it's nice to be a kind of host, to help everyone. And here I start to do some English classes, immersions, because in my work I just start to have a lot of moments and meetings, and that I need to speak French. I need to speak Spanish. I need to speak English. So I'm trying just to improve. I like a lot the environment here because of the it's too comfortable. It's nice. So thank you, Yasmin.
Coming very nice, this practicing in French in day by day. Thank you for sharing. Guilherme, and about you?
Hello everyone, I'm Guilherme, I'm 27 years, I'm from São Paulo, capital. I live with my wife and my dog. I started using TalkTalk because of the job too, like Lauren said. And I wanna catch a job, an internet job, to work remote from Brazil. I like to read too, to watch movies and series. And I think it's that.
Guilherme, I hope the immersions help you. Luis, and about you?
Hello, guys. My name is Luis. I'm 44 years old. I'm from Campo Grande City. I am a data analyst, and I am here talking talk since the last August. And in my spare time, I like to play music, listen music, and make some outside activities.
Thank you, Luis. Lucas, could you present yourself, please?
Of course. Hello, guys. I am Lucas Brizola. I 28 years old. I live in the countryside of São Paulo in Sorocaba, and I'm single. My hobbies are reading, watching movies and series, sitting in a park and watching nature, like to leave is falling to when the moving and the birds flying. For me, it's a way to relax, especially on more stressful days, as well as traveling when I can and when I have the money. I've been working in recruitment and selection for over 10 years, of choice 10 years, 7 years exclusively in recruitment and selection of technology professional or tech recruiter as I stay are called. I have a degree in logistics and administration as well postgraduate degree finances and logistics. Since I have a basic of uh, since I have a basic level of English, I've included in my routine an activity that is to train my ear in international music, which to go of increasing my vocabulary and being able to reproduce what the singers sing, both speaking and the writing. My goal now is to become fluent by 2025 and take advantage of the opportunities that I am opportunity missing out one due to my lack of English. I've been on talk and talk since the end of January this year. That's it.
Thank you, Lucas. I think observe the nature is a good way to relax too. Thank you for sharing. Iago, and about you? Could you present yourself, please?
Yes, hello everyone again. My name is Iago, I'm 29. I live in Apuiarés, a small town in Ceará. I live here with my husband and 7 cats. I work as an instructional designer and I love to read in my free time.
Okay, Iago. So starting with our questions, keep going with Iago. What are the potential harms of teenagers spending too much time on social media?
I think the thing that I think immediately is anxiety, you know. I was seeing a video by a neurologist, and he was talking how our perception of time is affected by social media, you know. Because we feel like the time pass more faster when we are scrolling the screen. And I think that can lead to a lot of anxiety, to a lot of comparison, and that happens to us as adults. So I can imagine how that can affect even more teenagers, you know, because when we are teenagers, we don't feel we feel like everything is really important. We usually don't know how to separate things. And I think that this perception of things, of life in general, you know, can be really distorted. I, I don't know how to say it, but can be affected by social media. And I think that for teenagers can affect it even more. And of course, attention. We don't have attention when we spend too much time on social media.
Everything, I agree with you in everything. I don't know. I have the same perception that you about the how the times go so fast after we became to be surrounded by technology. I remember about my childhood years because when I grew up, take a lot of time to have access to cell phones, to internet by itself. For example, if I want to access the internet, I have to be in a class in my school or go to a place that you pay to use internet. So I felt these years pass really, I don't know, really slow. But nowadays, the years passing it's totally crazy because I don't know. It's like I totally forget we are in 2025 because the time passed really fast. I think it is a big impact. Even in our minds that don't grow up with technology, just have access after. But for teenagers that starts their lives in this environment, I think is very harmful for them. Lurian, and about you?
Yes, I agree. I think we have the scrolling that you don't stop to see all the things. And I have a daughter, and she complained a lot about that for me. I am the godmother, and then she said, "Godmother, I cannot stop doing this. I'm losing my time." And she is 14 years old. So she said, I need to study, but I cannot keep in my studies because I need to check, I need to be updated all the time. So I think it's a big challenge for the teenagers. I think for us too, né, for adults. But the teenagers, I think it's a little different because they are born, they were born in this life. So for them, I imagine for us, that is maybe sometimes you can remember your childhood that you don't have internet or these kind of things, social media. But for them, no, all their life is like that. So how you can change this, and how you can make different. And she has a lot of moments in her life that she compared herself with someone. I need to think about my one party. I need to go like that because everyone is using the same kind of dress. I think this can, like I said, I think this can happen with everyone, but with teenagers, since they are a mind of in construction, I think it's worst, né? Because sometimes they cannot process what is happening in the moment. So anxiety, depression, bad thoughts, né? I can say. So for me, the impact. And all the teenagers are really big, and I don't know if this will stop because all the time everything is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so it's really hard. It's a kind of a snowball.
Yeah, it's like the teenagers must to feel the feeling to be included in the things. So in the past was more soft because we wanted to be included in our school with our friends, but nowadays we want the teenagers and the child too wants to be included in everything. So the social media have a massive things that you see, that you hear. So you wanted it to be included in everything. Is a massive topics to their brain, I think.
I think everything is amplified with social media, and everything is too big. So in the past we have the same problems, but we have the interaction with your family, from the people of school, and nowadays with the social medias, we just can have all the information with all the countries, people. So it's too amplified, and I think because of that, it's hard to absorb.
Yeah, it's very hard, very harmful, I think. Luis, and about you?
Well, I was thinking here, and I totally agree about Iago and Lurian said before. And I grew up without internet because internet just appeared in my house in 96, and before that was everything so different. But I'm trying to imagine how would be my life with social media in teenage years. For instance, I think a potential harm is like social isolation. For instance, I like music, and if I wanted to listen music, I need to go to a music store to listen music, and you need to talk with a lot of people. And now you can start all music of the world in your home, and you don't need more talk with a lot of people to talk about music, about culture and kind of things. And I was thinking here in the 90s, bullying was very, very hardcore, was very sad times. And I think that cyberbullying is a reality, for some teenagers. And I think this is a potential harm for teenagers in nowadays. I think it's this.
Yeah, imagine if we have internet in that time, that bullying was really hard because nowadays the bullying still exists, like you say, but I don't know. Nowadays it's like you make a bully with someone and it is very difficult to find out who are the responsible with that, because someone starts with that and make a wave, other starts, and then other starts. It's very difficult to find a route for that. But I think if internet appear or social media appears in the 90s, I think will be a very, very more hard, because nowadays it is more soft, but it's still there a lot of bullying. It is very sad. Lucas, and about you?
For me, exercise use of social media can lead to issues such as decreased academic performance, poor mental health, sleep deprivation, body image issues, and the increased risk of cyberbullying. It can also contribute to addictive behaviors and unhealth comparison with others. That's it.
Yeah, nowadays the teenagers and the children can't think by themselves. I don't know. They start to forbidden cell phones at some schools because the things get very massive. Like the teenagers or children can even answer some simple question because they must to search in the Google or ask for ChatGPT. So it's very hard, I think. Guilherme, and about you?
I agree with all of you said, and I think the principal harm and the most dangerous, in my perspective, is the lack of how I say, is the problem that, like you said, the teenagers don't have to think anymore, and they don't have to be creative. I remember when I was a child, I need to create histories, scenarios to when I wanna play some different kind that or I don't have access because of money, or because it was part from the childhood, thinking about fantasy stories, or we use your brain to imagine some things. And this is today they have to see. We just see. They don't have to think. And I think it's hard for us as an adults to stay out of it, because like Netflix, keep watching. It's just simple questions that are inducting you to do something, and it's more easily to keep watching than to stop watching. So they wanna put things in your brain that you can control. I uninstalled Instagram, Facebook in the last year, and I see a great difference in the attention. And sometimes I pass half of my day searching things to buy because of the social media. So this with the comparison thing, I don't remember who said about I think it's Florian. Everything is bigger when in the internet. They sell a perfect life. So for kids that are growing, are building his character, his I don't know how to say in English, character, personality, is hard to see this, and I will and keep this away, and to think we see. I say for myself, sometimes when I was using a lot, if I see a post that is too big to read, sometimes I'm lazy to read the 5 lines. So this for the kids, yeah, I think it's much more harmless than are for us and adults, because I stopped doing. I like to read too, so I come back reading more, and I work with software development, so I need to read much things. And but I see the very big difference in me when using social media, not using the kids that don't have other thing to compare. I think it's much more dangerous.
Yeah, and I think most of them don't have the mindset to know about the importance to avoid it because we as adults, we know if we pass it all of our time just scrolling, our mind will just get sick and we will not have more attention on nothing. Like you said, we cannot bring our attention to read a book, to read some article. So imagine for children and teenagers that must to feel the necessity to be included and to be at social media. For them is like something that is negotiable. They want to be there and they maybe if they know the harmful things that use a lot of social media bring, for them, they don't have the maturity. Most of them don't have the maturity to stop to search other activities that involve other things that isn't internet or social media. Is very harmful. I'm very worried about the future of society because
Yeah, yeah,
imagine, uh, yeah,
I
go
have a
ahead.
nephew that he's almost 2 years, and my wife has I forgot primo that has a child too, about 4 years. This kid using screen since the mother can do screen to not have problems. My my minha sobrinha, forgot how to say, she avoid the mother avoids to keep the screen, and the kid is much more intelligent than the other, even with half of the age. She do things that the other kids who using a lot of screen don't do. And the people, oh, she's much intelligent for his age, and etc. And this I see as an important thing because it's a kid. But if you we see sometimes if you put desenho in YouTube or Netflix, she is amazing. She stop everything and are like an hypnosis. But so she don't have to think. But when she didn't use this, we see she developing a lot of other abilities that we don't see in the kids anymore.
Yeah, I think it's important to have this control. I know nowadays is very difficult to forbid 100%, but make a control, try to reduce the use because some children use 100% the time are scrolling. Um, and I'm very worried about the future of society because uh, the future's doctors, if they don't make attention, imagine the surgeries how they will go. Very, I don't know. It's like I don't know if you know a movie. It's called Idiocracy. It's a movie when everyone is like an idiot, a dumb person, and there is one man that is like a they showing up a lot comparing to the others, but no because she is smart, he is smart, but because he is the only that isn't dumb. So I will put the name here because I don't know. I see our future being something not 100% like that, but maybe that's to that if people don't have control on it. So Lorian, could you choose any question for us, please?
Yes. Um, I will choose the question number 4. Should there be an age limit for social media use? If yes, what should it be? Uh, when we think about that, like we have a big change right now that the students cannot use the cell phones in the school anymore. We have this is a big topic of the year. We need to think, of course, about the rights of everyone and the constitution and like that. But it's hard to provide everything for everyone when we think about collectively, for everyone, collectively. When you think for one, it's easy because you can understand better the person. But when you think for all people, it's hard to just do one rule. What is the kind of rule? So I think it's really hard to define an age or from when you can access. But I think we need to respect the rights of everyone. So, in my opinion, we could find a way to. It's not a kind of test, but it's find a way to evaluate everyone because it's not good just to find one rule, in my opinion, and everyone will be punished because of that. So maybe evaluate. I don't know how, and this is a big thing, but evaluate everyone to understand what is happening. Maybe one teenager, they are not affected for the social media. So why he need to be punished or her? It's depend. So I think for this question, I cannot have one answer, but I think the right one is about to respect the rights of everyone and evaluate people correctly from what they are and not exactly put everyone in the same box and that's it. We know the social medias and everything about technology is changing a lot and we are afraid about the future, but at the same time, we can lose a lot of things if we cut these two. So that you cannot put all free, but you cannot hold all. So the best way, if we can check the better option, understanding everyone, is my opinion. But it's hard to do like a 15 years, 16, 17, 18, like to drive. Né? Why you have different kind of a limit for age? Like in United States, the teenagers can start to drive 16. Here, 18, 21. Né? Everyone can study and somehow and put everyone in the same box. There are some people, they are never ready to drive. So you need to pass a test, you need to evaluate yourself if you can drive. This is, for me, is the main thing. You need to evaluate everyone if they are able or not to do something.
Interesting. I never think about it before, but I think it's a good way to think because sometimes if there is a forbidden like a rule that people until 13 cannot access social media, cannot access internet by themselves, just with some control, like in schools, for example. But children or a teenager that is very responsible, there are a lot of control in their actions and wants to use like a tool to improve their life. So a tool to study more, to develop new skills. So if you just make a rule for everyone that forbidden, then will be bad. I think evaluate is a good way. Thank you for sharing. Luis, and about you, do you think we have to make some rule with age limit or evaluate can be a good way to decide?
Yes, I think that evaluate is a good way, but I think in my personal view, I think that teenagers should have a parental guide, you know. I think that parents must to watch and guide the his your sons because social media there's a lot of lies and bad people and bad content, and I think that's very important to have a guidance. And I think the parents is the can make this kind of things.
Yeah, I think the parents' control are very important because they are much more, in most of time, not for everyone, but they are more mature than the children, so they will know what is the best way to act and to forbid them if necessary, I think. Thank you, Luis. As for you, Iago, do you think there is some action or we must to just input a limit with the age?
I really don't know because for me, I think that of course we have good content and good things on social media, but I think that the acti addictive behavior that we can develop because of it is harmful in many ways in any age. I have a limit on my phone, for example, like 15 minutes for social media per day, but I always feel that that is not enough, that I should quit social media for good because I think that it might be better because every time that I get into some social media platform, I always feel this sensation of things passing by really fast, or or I'm seeing a lot of things in a little time. And now I am more aware of this, so I don't know, but I really don't know if having a limit will be something, I think that in your teenage years, it will be something good to not to use in any ways, I think. I think I was reading this article that you sent at the beginning, and I think that it's amazing what Australia is trying to do, Uh, because I think that we are not called users by coincidence, by the platforms, because that's like a addictive behavior. So I think that it's a nice thing, of course. I don't know. You can, as Lurian brought to us, we can think about um, people being free or something like this, but I really don't know. And I think that nowadays social media is being really harmful, like Twitter, and now the new policies of Instagram and Meta platforms, Facebook, this kind of things. I really don't know. I think that it's better that everyone stay out of it.
Yeah, not just the teenagers, but there are some social media that is harmful for everyone if you don't have control, like Twitter, like you said, because they don't have so much control on that. So you can see a lot of things there. So it's very dangerous. Lucas, and about you, about the question 4.
Yeah. Yes, there should be an age limit. Many platforms are already set to minimal age at 13, baseado on previous laws. However, I think limit could be raised to ensure that teens are mature enough to window to potential risks and responsibilities that come with using social media. In my opinion, I think 16 to 17 years old be a good age. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think social media for children is very harmful. I think maybe 15, 16 and 17 is a good age. Thank you, Lucas. Guilherme, and about you?
I agree when you said about the age of 16 and 17 because we have the parental control, and I think your work is amazing for kids. But when we talk about social media and teenagers, the parental control has many limitations because we have blogs, we have communities, groups, and like it happens in Brazil. I forgot how many time ago the joke, not just Brazil, né? In the world, the joke that Baleia Azul, that kids are suicided. And like I said about a parent of my wife, the fathers most of the time, the parents, father, mother, don't have time, don't wanna see, don't wanna more trouble. Be a father and a mother, it's a very big responsibility and took many time. So they don't wanna one more thing to put to let's I will check the social media of my teenager. And we as a teenager we think that we are always right and we can do anything. So I think that the 16 and 17, maybe 18 years, it will be good because, like I said, there are many dangers to the child and the teenagers. So and the evaluate thing, it's a good idea, but too much. I think that had much more things to put in this in perspective. Like I said, the fathers that don't want to control the kids that are the orphan. So I think that the minimum wage it will be better because when as an adult, uh, you can become addicted to, but I think it's less dangerous than as a kid. Like I think that maybe you can have seen some videos about kids who used the mother credit card to buy something in games. So I see a lot of kids spend more than 2,000 in the coin game, and this is a monetary problem to the mother, but can be much more dangerous, resulting on a kidnapping. I remember some videos of experimental uh, experiments, social experiments, they with kids when they made a fake profile and the kids passed his home address and make some I forgot how to say, made an appointment with people and in physical places. But even if they don't know the people, if the people exist, it's trusting in a chat that they had with the person, in a picture that can be or cannot be real. So I think that's too many problems to control. So the minimum wage will be more effective.
Yeah, I see this social experiment too. Like, some people for TV make a profile, a child profile, and one man was cheating on her, and they meet physically and film how the things going on, like the behavior of him when Saul was shitty because he thinks was a young girl. And this is very sad because the children don't have mature to know what is true, what is fake. Unfortunately, for example, if a bad person go and say, "Oh, you have to send me bad pictures of you. You have to say to me your address because I know your parents. If you don't send it to me, I will make something bad to them." So the person sometimes didn't know about the person's family, but the children go there and pass this information, send pictures. It's very bad. I think there must to be control, but nowadays the children are very smart to do not show the parents. Like there are applications that hide applications, put passwords, or for example, you can create a fake profile that your parents will not find you or block them. So the children are very smart nowadays how to deal with the parents' control. I don't know, something very dangerous, per se. So guys, I think we have uh, some minutes more to our own question. Let me see here. I will choose number 11 because I think will be a question really good. Lucas, what are some offline activities that can replace social media for teenagers?
11. 11, right? What? Right?
Yeah.
Question. Perfect. Teenagers can engage in activities like sport, readings, hobbies, volunteering, arts, and crafts, outdoor activities, or spending time with friends and the family. These activities help build real life connection and provide a health balance to screen time. That's it.
Activities. Thank you for sharing. Luis, and about you?
Well, personally, I think that's replace social media. Yes, I think that it can be music class, literature class, and spend more time with friends and make outside activities because you can really rest your brain and your eyes and regulate your health, this kind of things.
Yeah, very important because a lot of children are having problems and have to use glasses with a very short age. Lulian, and about you?
Yes, I think we can replace for a lot of activities, but maybe it's nice to give some propose, for the actives, because I think nowadays um, people and teenagers are more actives. Before we don't have a lot of propose, like we born, we need to take a family, do this. It was more like a right path for everyone. And now we do more questions, we want to explore more, more things. So I think we need to replace for some activities, but with some meaning in the activities. Think about what you can have with that, and try to explain the purpose of the activities. And I think we have a lot of opportunities. The world need a lot of the world need a lot of changing. So it's not just do this. No, do this because of that, and try to do some uh, propose, but not just propose, like some kind of expectations, like try to improve too. I think could be a good way.
Yeah, I think giving a proposal will help to keeping the attention on that too, because
Yeah.
if you don't make a propose of that, you go for one day, maybe two, but will not keep then an habit. But if you give a propose, will be very more easy to focus on the objectives involving that. Guilherme, and about you?
I think the all of what you said, the classes about music, art, about fighting, art martial, um, and swimming, the outdoor activities and indoor activities too, like drowning, to using with a purpose, but even to help them to find what they like and to experiment. We have as an adult, we have much less time to try new things. So when a kid, if you have opportunity to do uh, more things to hiking, experiment the things, and found what that please you, will please you more. And yeah, and I think that is important to time without nothing to do. I I listened a book here about from Cortella, Sorte, Segue a Coragem, and he says why the schools using this format. We have some classes, we have some time to do nothing to eat, and why we don't catch less years using all day to teach the kids instead of using half period for more years, because our brain needs time doing nothing to process the other things, to keep the things that we learn in the long term memory. So I think that's time alone without having nothing to do is good, because I see some people, adults and teenagers, that cannot be 10 minutes with himself and his brain and thinking about him, looking inside. So I think this is important too. So I think we have many activities and things that can help, that will help much more than social media, right? And the thing is about the knowledge. I think that social media is not a good way to learn things, because of the what you said about the fake news, the manipulation. So uh, I think these activities can be really good.
We are adults, like you said, we have so less time when we are children, so it's very important to have time for everything. The time that you will study, the time that you will look for nothing, think about your lives, the time that you will make some exercise, the time that you will develop some habits. So I think this is very important for them, like you say. Thank you, Guilherme. And the last but not the least, Iago.
I think that I totally agree with Guilherme. I think that we can replace for a lot of activities, outside activities, group activities. I think that with technology, we spend too much time alone, you know. That's something that I feel now working totally remote. I don't see a lot of people anymore because I'm at my house, you know. I like staying home, but this week I was thinking, for example, oh, I think that I need to take a walk at the end of the day so I can clear my mind, see other people, even if I won't talk with them, but be in a different space, you know. And I think that it's something that important, but and something that I really agree is that we need boredom sometimes. We know we need some time to do nothing, to don't consume nothing. We are every time consuming something, you know, we are maybe if we are not, we can maybe doing a hobby, for example, but we need to put a video on YouTube I think my connection went down. I think that I'm back.
I can hear you well.
Okay, I
can
think
hear
that
you
my
too.
connection glitched a little bit. Yeah, so I think that we are always consuming things, watching, listening. We don't give a break to our brain to do something. And I think that that's why we are so anxious right now. We A lot of people have difficult to sleep, because we are always thinking about something, and something is nothing, it's nothing important. It's just because we are consuming a lot of things, we don't give a rest. So yeah, I think that some boredom and some exercising activities can be a good thing to run away from the screens and social media in a general way. Not only for teenagers, but for ourselves too.
Yeah, to have a time to do nothing is very important. Like, I think it was Guilherme that said to fix the memories on our brain, something really important to think on nothing, to do nothing in some time. I don't know, we live in a society that do nothing is the meaning of a bad thing because the society always say you must to be doing something because if not, you are being, uh, I forgot the word, but it's like, I'm not sure, let me search here. Is
Useless, I think,
useless. Yeah,
unproductive.
yeah, thank you. Useless. If you do nothing, you are useless. So you must do studying, working, doing something that society can see and say, okay, they are making something. So I think it's very
Yes.
important to have
Just
time
a
to do nothing.
parenthesis, not society specifically, but capitalism.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, unfortunately, we don't have so much time enough. Um, if you have some time next week, 5 p.m. On Friday, the next subject will be global income distribution. I think will be a good topic to talk about the inequality in the world, how the money is distributed between the society. So I think will be a good subject to talk about it. And I sent to you here on the chat a survey. I always send this survey because I'm always looking at it to have ideas for the topic or to have a feedback to know how to improve the immersion or to improve me as a host. And that's it. If you want to share something, the survey is there. I'm always looking at it. And guys, have a nice weekend. Thank you for coming and see you.
Thank you.
Good,
Bye,
thanks.
everyone.